Ser issegwu edizzjoni ta' Kellymni, il-podcast ta' Gwida li hu miġjub lilkom minn Burger King, Dacia Malta, Majoka Spas, Valletta Glass, We Are Water, Positive Parenting Malta. Carly, illum il-ġurnata naħseb ħadd m'għandu bżonn ikun preżentat il-min i Carly għax naħseb Carly irnexxielek issir like a celebrity ġew Malta. Minni celebrity ejja ħa. Take it. Jiena il-tajt miegħek. Llum qatt naħseb għad kemm ili naf għall-Carly u ili nafek naħseb il-fuq minn 10 snin u darba li tajt.
Naħseb xi 10 snin mill-inqas.
U f'daw l-aħħar 10 snin jiena rajtek imbdilt, sirt persuna iktar konfidenti. Minn dejjem kont strong, saħtek. Imma naħseb ċertu esperjenzi li għaddejt minnhom inti daw l-aħħar 10 snin. Naħseb bnewk fil-persuna li inti illum il-ġurnata li il-konfidenza tiegħek mhix konfidenza fuq li qiegħda a superficial confidence. You can feel li l-konfidenza tiegħek hija sforz tax-xogħol kollu dak li ngħidulu bl-Ingliż the inner work li inti kellek tagħmel. 100%. Inti iż-żgħira ta' 3 aħwa, 2 boys. Mbagħad inti u meta jiena saqsejtek fuq kif kienet il-ħajja tiegħek meta inti kont għadek 6, 7, 8, 9.
Fimni, kif għatlek, il-childhood memories ma tantx niftakarhom. So, very, very few jisni childhood memories. Issa, was it a response to trauma that I blocked them? I don't know. Iżda niftakarni nkun konfuża ħafna. Tipo, kulħadd qed titini rigali li t-soltu ta' il-boys, jew kulħadd jitrattani sni boy. So I'm thinking, what's happening? Why are these people treating me like this? Taf kif? Like, I'm a girl. What's happening? So it was very confusing. Fil-fatt, tarani llum u tarani meta kont żgħira, naħseb persuna kompletament differenti x'kont kwieta, mistħija, ma nitkellimx għax I was lost. I was really lost.
Minti kont kwieta, mistħija u ma titkellimx, mhux għax di natura kontek.
Għax ovvjament ma kellix l-informazzjoni, il-knowledge li għandi llum. I couldn't express myself, ma stajtx indur fuq ommi u missir ngħidilhom isma' qed inħossni hekk. It's so new. Tant it was something that's never discussed, that as a child I didn't know how to react or how to deal with it, so I just kept it inside.
Iġifieri inti kont boy għal kull min jarak, pero
Lelef, maħi bdejtna, it was very strange. Tipo, I couldn't understand it. U niftakarni ngħid, ma għalfej like taf kif jagħmlu li hekk, għalfej tituni futbol per eżempju, tuni Barbie, sort of thing. Not to be stereotypical, footballs are for boys and Barbies are for girls, ma I was always very girly. Dejjem ħabbejt l-affarijiet aktar femminili.
Skola tal-boys.
Yes.
This.
Iva, imma again, peress li kont kwieta u jisni, kont insam ħafna lija. I was a nerd, but that's really it. Bħala bullying u hekk vera m'għandix xingor. Li semmejt inti the strength, kont lucky ħafna li ovvjament il-mom indunat kien hemm differenza enormi bejni u bejn ħuti. Allura
X'kellek
issa.
two boys u qablek.
Eżatt, u kif taf inti, taf kif futbol, ikisru kol jilabu ġewwa, u jien imbagħad tara li pulita fil-kantoniera, kollox pulit, kollox kif suppost. So il-mom indunat mill-ewwel. Ovvjament ma kienx taf eżatt transgender xi ġifieri, but she knew that I was different. U naħseb l-ikbar ħaġa li, l-isbaħ ħaġa li seta tamlit li xorta ħabbitni għalla volja ma femitnix, imma peress li kont it-tifla taħħa, that came on top of everything. Ġifiri, kellex tajt ma' l-membri tal-familja, ġifiri per eżempju kuna jidu la kont soft wis inti, titkunna aktar strict in terms of the toys that I was allowed to play with, or the programs I was allowed to watch, sort of thing. Imma, thank God.
Mami kienet tixtrilek il-pupi.
Iva, bil-moħbi. Iva, għax dakka kelli neighbor li, thank God, kieneti għax kif għattint boys school, two brothers, ġifiri, I really needed a female my own age, sort of thing. Allura neighbor li għadna ħbib sal-lum, konti moranda, ovvjament, fis-sajf, allura dim nilabu l-Barbies, dimtu naqa haircut, naqa makeup, naqa re-makeup. So, min daqsek I can't complain. Like, I think she did the best job she could for me to have a happy childhood, which, resulted in a happy adult.
Jiena nħobb insaqsi u issa nitkellmu fuq l-adolescenza tiegħek. Tajjeb. Primarjament inħobb insaqsi għax jiena nisma' għalkemm qegħdin fi 2025. Jiena nisma' ħafna kummenti. Okay? Li kulħadd yay for transgender, yay for gay people, yay for this, pero xorta nisma' ħafna kummenti jiena. Ma missomx jitlu Miss Universe, ma missomx imma dik raġel, imma dawk kollha ksuħat. U jiena l-argument tiegħi huwa inti, Carly, inti għażilt li tkun hekk. Inti għażilt li meta titwielet tħoss din il-martirju kollu li inti qiegħda f'ġisem ta' tifel u tħoss. Inti għażiltek?
Le. U min ħajazila?
Biksuħat daw?
Min? Ma' xiksuħat?
Et t-pretendi, et t-laba?
Eżat, batni. I mean, who in their right mind would choose a harder life for themselves? Who? And this is what I'd love for these people to answer this question to me. Who in their right mind would choose a harder life? Min ħajt, di abtitek insofri naqra dil-ħajja. Min ħajja
tijak inti li kiku twilit ġoġisem tamara?
Kiku bħalissa nixit l-titfall, ħatma I'm not a mini celebrity, tipo I'm just a basic standard woman. Imma għax id-deċidejt li miex ħajti kif nixtiq jien minnar ma weġġa l-ħadd.
Mux kif nixtiq jien, kif tħossok.
Kif nħossok, imma ħanajdu what makes me happy. Whatever makes me happy. And I want to stress, I'm not hurting anyone and I'm not taking away from anyone. Ġifiri, xin il-problema.
Għax ċaħatiħoru fil-Miss Universe.
Di, can we? Mela.
Asmajtom daw il-kommenti.
Għax emma jintin rajtom sfortunatament, missom ikollom kompetizjoni għal-jom. Mela, let's deconstruct it. Diġa ħanibdow għal-jom u aħna. We're not the same. Secondly, għal-mi ma jafx, Miss Universe hija l-unika pageant li mara trans ġo Malta tista' tieħu sem fih. M'hemmx oħrajn. I mean, il-low ends, but in relation to international rewarding experience bħala competition ġo Malta, Miss Universe hija l-unika waħda li mara transgender tista' tieħu sem fiha. Ġifieri. Qed nieħu sem fil-kompetizzjoni li triduni nieħu sem fiha u xorta hemm il-problemi għax qed nikkompeti ma' nisa li twildu nisa. So I can never win. I'm following the rules. I'm not trying to create new rules. I'm not saying let me in. The door is there. I'm just walking through it.
Għax dik ħallewa ma' top 5 because it's politically correct għax nitħasruha.
I mean,
daw kollha kummenti li rajtu jiena inħoss li immin tiddejjaqt il xi ħadd.
Apparently. Apparently,
Weġġajt.
Carmen minn fuq il-laptop, qed ngħid Carmen just an example.
Le Carmen tuħux għalik jekk ismek Carmen.
Eżatt. Carmen fuq il-laptop li taqgħod taħlil il-kommenti, ninasab qatt ma f'homora ma mod li ħadd idħol ġo beauty pageant, tħoss li għandha tgħidli li jien m'għandix għalfejn idħol.
Jiena tafx ngħid dejjem, jiena nħares fuq daw in-nies u anki forsi min qed jismana u xorta qed jgħid Melanie x'inhi sajt. Jien tafx ngħid. Kieku t-tifel tiegħi, kieku t-tifel tiegħek twieled u minn mindu kien żgħir. Kont tinduna bħala kif indunat ommok li inti kont qed tilab bil-pupi mhux għax rid l-attenzjoni, mhux għax rid tkun indipendenti, għax differenti, skużawni, għax inti meta twilit kellek anatomija ta' tifel, il-kumplament spiritually, whatever you want to call it, emotionally, ta' tifla. U somehow kienem għasrit najdu zbal, għax ma marriċ nistema li jisma zbal. Imma somehow
kienem xi mix-up, ximkien.
Kienem xi ħaġa li tiġri bħal tifel tiegħi huwa ADHD. Għandu il-whatever tajt li l-lami xħat qabbel, imma it's a neurodivergent person. Iġifirina di ngħidulhom il-daw in-nies li lesti ħafna biex jitkellmu li kieku Karli kienet it-tifla jew tifel tiegħek. Kont toqgħod tikteb u tajt mhux suppost jew kont tipprova tifhem u tgħin għax dawn huma n-nies li tħobb. Jiena ejja nitkellmu fuq l-adolescenza tiegħek. Li jiena ċerta li l-adolescenza tiegħek u l-adolescenza tiegħi kienet differenti ħafna. Inti, in comparison to me, int għaddejt minn martirju. To a certain extent.
Ħafna rabja. I had a lot of internal anger because I couldn't understand why my body wasn't developing the way that I was expecting it to. Ġifiri kelli ħafna rabja. Again, I had a good small handful of you can count them on one hand, eżatt, bħala ħbib, close friends, għadni sejqek sal-lum, handful of people, but I had good friends li għadhom f'ħajti, so bħala support system, I was very, very, very lucky. Imma fl-adolescenza taf kif jisek minna tibda toħroġ mal-boys, jew toħroġ maċevil, sort of thing. It was a different experience. Żgur.
Inti għat li hemm ġurnata partikolari fej mort il-beach.
Yes.
Li dik taf li dik trauma.
Yes.
Meta xi ħaġa ma ninsewa qatt u tibqa' ċara, dik hija trauma.
Eżatt. Għax I discussed it in therapy. Eżatt, niftakar ta' 15-16, konna morna ladira, it was sunset, kulħadd qed iħossu, jieħu ritratti u hekk, u jien f'daqqa waħda ġust bat il-ħwejjeġ il-bist u rid nitlaq.
X'ħassejt?
Rabja, that I didn't want to be there, that my body had let me down, that I couldn't understand why I had to feel that way, why I was suffering that way. Oh, just easily again, ma stajtx. I couldn't communicate it because the knowledge lacked, the education lacked, kont għadni ma nafx x'inhu jiġri. You know, ta' 15-16. Illum il-ġurnata għandna ħafna iktar informazzjoni milli kellna taf kif back then, so I was lost. So the fact that you're lost and everyone seems to be heading in their own direction and you're just still trying to figure out where your head is at.
Ġifieri tmur lura tal-meta kellek 16. Meta rabja. Meta li my body let me down. Xrit jew lanqas biss kont għadek taf.
Minni lanqas kont naf, it's just I felt it was where you just feel that something is off. It's not the way it should be. Asnaf kif nispiega ħelek, ma nafx jekk għax jinnaf, you ever tried for kids and you couldn't, or it took you a bit longer. But this is the closest comparison. I will never understand it, but where your body lets you down, where your body is not doing what it's supposed to, it's letting you down. So obviously, you take it out on yourself, the self-hate. That is the closest comparison I can give you, where you just turn to your body and you just start hating yourself because it's not doing what it should, it's not developing the way it should, it's not, lack of your friends. Again, going back to who wants to be, singled out. Nobody wants to, taf kif, take a path different to their friends, especially ta' 15, 16. Taf kif, jisek tkun parti mill-klikka, min ħajkun irid ikun differenti and ostracized because of it. Anyway, ħafna therapy later. And here we are. Imma, again, when I look back, but comparing to other people like me, li naf li mus suppost, but I have to, because I feel it grounds me, I really had it easy. Pala family support, kont semmejtlek, għat ma kont noħlom li taf kif, ommi missir jistajdu li jisma itlaq il-barra mid-darax, ma ridukx tkun parti mill-familja, għet waqalna wicċalart, you're homeless, get out of the house sort of thing. It never even crossed my mind. So mbagħad meta jisek tibda tisma' b'daw l-istejjer l-nies taf kif m'għandhomx fejn jgħixu. U speċjalment illum qed nisimgħu ħafna iktar with what's happening in the world. Imma insomma.
I mean, they even commit suicide.
That's obviously the ultimate worst, or get involved in sex work. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it depends on how you're getting involved. If you're being taken advantage of, if it's leading you down some worse paths, such as drugs or... Anyway, ġifiri, compared, vera m'għandix ingor. So that I have to keep in mind and I have to be grateful for that. So it's not all bad,
Sixth form. Għatli li inti tant il-priorità tijak kienet qed jiġrili għalfejn indifferenti u tant irrabjata miegħek innifsek li ma tantx tajta l-iskola ma tantx tajt interess.
Fortunatament meta kont iżgħar.
Però mbagħad inti mort sixth form u hemmhekk għamilt ħbieb ma' klikka fejn bil-mod bdejt tiskopri iktar isu il-konfużjoni tiegħek isek bdejt tinduna tajt nħobb il-makeup, nħobb id-dwiefer, però kien hemm punt fejn inti ħsibt li inti gay.
Yes. So, sixth form ovvjament intaqa' ma' aktar nies outside of your regular bubble. Ġifieri you start seeing the different people. Taf kif kellek il-klikka tal-rockers, il-klikka tal-goths. So isek tibda tajt, okay. It's not so bad to be unique, sort of thing. Ovvjament, dejjem ħajkun hemm il-kummenti, imma insomma. Għamilt ħbieb ma' daw il-klikka ta' tfajliet u taf kif kollok xi sija break jew xi free lesson u jibdew nitfu l-eyebrows u nagħmlu differejna. U differejn dejjem kienu twal, dejjem kont nħallihom twal. U niftakarhom jgħidu li kemm għandek differejks bieħen nagħmlu nail polish, tipo, okay. So we started with the nail polish, but naqra l-eyebrows, but dejna naqra mascara. And I started loving it. Taf kif bl-eyeliner kull-jum, sixth form full makeup, naċċali ta' xemxek, xkiri wassal nidda di, għallur biex ma jaranix, tipo naċċali ta' xemxek. And I started loving it. I think maybe a pinch of confidence minn hemm bdiet tiġi. Taf kif you start getting good at the makeup, at the winged liner, kif semmejtli.
Naħseb dejt issib lilek innifsek.
Yes.
Bil-mod.
Iva.
Bil-mod.
It was a nice change. U għalek dejjem ngħid, when you meet people outside of your regular bubble, dejjem għan ċans taf kif li titgħallem xi ħaġa, forsi mhux minn għandhom, imma anke fuq excess sort of thing, forsi f'xi sitwazzjoni li tkun qiegħda fiha. So I had sixth form, and again through meeting different people, mbagħad skoprejt hemm il-gay clubs, so taf kif niftakar closet fi żmien, kont mort closet u hemmhekk kont intqajt mal-ewwel mara transgender, And they was just like...
Mija jek trid kienet wkoll fuq podcast.
Denise Dalton, il-Queen, nafuha kollha, ħabbuha kollha. She was the first trans woman that I actually met. And I was like, wow, oh my God, home. Finally, I can put a label to what I'm feeling, sort of thing.
Wow.
So that was where the, transgender journey, I would say, began consciously, stanajt. ħaġa li ver nixtieq insemmi li ver nħoss li importanti li ver it breaks my heart that people għadna sallum ma jifmuwix id-differenza bej gender and sexuality. Għanajt ġeneru u sessualità bil-Malti għalla volja minna li l-kelma ġeneru xorta, it's not the correct term.
Topic. Gender, jek int raġel jew mara, maskil femminili.
There is a huge difference between your gender and your sexuality. Your gender, whether you're born male or female, does not determine your sexuality. Jekk inti twilit Melanie u tħobb in-nisa, your gender isn't impacted by that. Xorta Melanie, xorta tħossok Melanie, xorta tħossok mara, just joġbuk in-nisa. Jekk twilit Melanie joġbuk l-irġiel, which is the case, then that's it. You're a cis, straight woman. Fil-każ tiegħi, I'm a trans woman because I was not born biologically female, but I still like men, which is the opposite sex. So therefore, my sexuality is not gay. My sexuality is still straight. Għax ġili ċaħat xi raġel, jien straight imma vera wow. Bro, għattaj li wow għax nider mara, għalek għattaj li wow. Raġel gay. He's not gonna look at me and think wow. Jista jkun jħares li għagli, yes girl. Imma, it's these basic concepts li just they baffle me li kif
għadna. Mela inti qed tipprova tfiem għax jiena f'saqsejtek ukoll. Għatlek love life. Għatlek inti do you date? Għatli mela. Għatlek all right. Għatlu so you date straight men. Għatli mela. U din li għed tipprova tfiem inti.
Bija x'ħajamel. Għajnina ħafna rġil gay li joġbuni, but it's not gonna work.
Inti raġel gay joġbok, inti raġel...
Yes, what I mean to say is, għaw ħafna rġil gay li jidru rġil li huma attrajenti, imma if they like men, there's nothing I can do for them.
Raġel gay mux ħajfittex lilek, raġel gay ħajfittex raġel ieħor. Ġif inti u raġel straight li fittex mara, inti llum il-ġurnata mara.
Yes. Going back to that, it's rare, specialment Maltin, I don't want to sound dek, imma ma Maltin ma noħroġ. Għax il-familja bis involuta, kulħadd jaf kollox u dik għax twildetek u bla bla bla. Il-Maltin, they're so obsessed with your past that they don't even give your present a chance, so I don't even bother. Ġifiri, plus I've tried, I've had my heart broken so many times, għax ħafna taf kif it doesn't matter, but waħda when it's time for like the family finding out or something along those lines, but it's no. So, Emma, these are life lessons learned, lessons I've dealt with in therapy, ġifiri, I don't waste time on dating apps or anything of the sort, għax għalli doesn't make sense. No judgment to whoever does, taf kif, where they feel that their life needs a partner, a relationship to be fulfilled. For me, it's not the case. I'd rather do things like Miss Universe, travel, learn things.
Tixtieq imma tkun f'relazzjoni?
Minix ħanajdlek, Iva, għax ver ħajti, it would be complete. I don't believe it, and we're going to touch on it anyway. Nara mill-mami. Il-mami, id-dawta nħobba, id-dawta jnejja, she's the strongest woman alive. 4 snin ilu meta met id-daddy, kienu ilhom flimkien 50 sena. My world crumbled. My world was completely shattered, but somehow I managed to put myself together and adapt to a new life. Sfortunatament, il-mami, she didn't. Literally, u għek najdila, isa, just qed tistenna l-ġurnata fejn terġa' tkun miegħu. Għax, they were such a good team, li u kien ħallis il-kontijiet, jinnaf, kienet tmur tagħmel ix-xirja, kienet issajjar u kien inaddaf, kienet tasil ħwejjeġ. So it was such a good team li when he was gone, she was just lost. Isa tajli, ma nafx kif ħanamel, minn ħallis il-kontijiet, minn ħajn inġor in-naxra, minn ħajġi mija il-grocer, sort of thing. She was completely lost. U it's one of my biggest fears in nispiċċa daqshekk dependenti fuq ħadd ieħor. So, a relationship is more than welcome, but I will have my life and you will have yours. And then we'll find somewhere in the middle. Imma it's not going to be a mashup of everything.
Welcome to Burger King.
Isma, ejja mmorru lura naqra l-papa. X'naf fil-papa kien speċjali ħafna lik u l-familja tiegħek lilek aċċettawk b'mod inkredibbli u naħseb għal-missier naħseb hija ikbar milli għal-l-om.
Għara l-mami t-ċajta tajt li meta kont iżar dejjem miegħi kont tibqa' imma mbagħad meta kbirt dejjem id-daddy kont infittex. Kif taf, id-daddy raġel twajjeb kien too good. U l-familja konna kienet tiddependi fuqu. Jiena being the baby, anything car problems, fis-sitta ta' filgħodu nsejt iċ-ċavetta. Wara ċilej l-barra, il-minħan ċempel. Min kien ħajġi għalija fis-sitta ta' filgħodu meta x-xita paċi fil-daddy. Growing up ma konċ nagħti kasu. Vera, again, tant kont għaddejjem l-affarijiet tiegħi f'moħħi li vera ħasra ma tajtx kasu, imma mbagħad meta kbirt I realized li he unlearned what he grew up knowing, and it's important, unlearned, and relearned going through the journey with me. Ġifieri, min qed jippjana li jkollu tfal, opinjoni personali, if you're not ready to do this with your child, I would consider having children. Imma dik kienet naħseb l-isbaħ ħaġa li seta' jagħmilli, u mbagħad after that again I became his little princess. Allura iktar u iktar. Again, jien naf jidħolli xi ilma fid-dar u daddy l-arloġġ jieqaf jew jeħel x'għandi arloġġ kbir mal-ħajt. Daddy. Imweħel frame, daddy. Allura, you know, he spoiled me li wara li miet, and then I was very angry with him because he didn't teach me to do things, kien jaqbad jagħmilhom li hu. It was his way of showing love. Imma kif semmejt, dik kisritni, għax ma kienx marit, it was just ħabta u sabta, u nisa kollha nasadna. Waqajt f'depression, kont fuq l-antidepressants, ġifieri it took me a year to get out of that. Tax my world was shattered. Fl-aħħar mill-aħħar daddy, ma nafx inti fil-relazzjoni ta' miegħek ma' missierek, imma when you're the girl, it's your daddy's, you're always protector, taf kif he's always there for you. Jidri daddy hemm ħajkun. Allura jisu meta miet, it was just who's gonna be there? I mean, hemm il-mommy, but daddy's daddy. You know? Imma
Your knight in shining armor, ux.
Ekku. U naħseb affettwantni wkoll. It took a lot of work, a lot more work. You know, you just carry on the internal work. But it did make me stronger. I'm not going to say I'm grateful, but I had to grow. You know, it was a case of sink or swim. So I had to swim. It's not in my nature to sink. Ġifieri. Gbirt ħafna, tallimt ħafna, u naħseb il-konfidenza just ġiet vera full circle f'dak il-moment. It's like I picked myself up, my world shattered, and still I managed to pick myself up. Ġifieri, I survived that. I will survive anything. Ġifieri Carmen, għajdli li trid qalbi Joey kompli kommenta kif ma taqbilx għall-avoljanti l-pageant laqas issegwihom, because at the end of the day, fl-aħħar mill-aħħar, il-ħajja qasira, il-ħajja tiegħi. U meta mmut, l-aħħar moment ta' ħajti rridu jkun li jingawdejt ma qatx lura, u speċjalment ma qatx lura ħabba l-opinjoni tan-nies. In-nies laqas nafhom.
Li qatt ma miltilhom xejn.
Eżatt. So, that is basically my advice. I hope people take it without having to lose someone to get there. But life is short, guys. Life is too short. Like, anke, in-nies, so what? Kulħadd għandu, taf kif, Everyone has their own sort of thing. Just because you're out there showing yours and being public about it. Don't look at comments, dik ħanajt. Do not look at the comments. Għax tnejn naħseb kien hemm actual constructive comments where I actually said istra kieku li person inkellima, because we might not have to agree, we don't have to agree, but I can respect your opinion and I hope you can respect mine. Taf kif? Da minix qed ngħidlek isma' it-tifel tiegħek ara li, you know, you raise him to be trans or gay or taf kif? Again, kif għadna, nobody will choose this. If it's not there, you're not going to create the problem. And I say problem because of the hardships that society, not because you are a problem, because of the hardships that society will impose on you. That is the problem.
Jiena meta nħares lejk tiġini kelma bl-Ingliż. You are very unapologetic.
Of course.
U anki waqt li kontet narak titkellem fuq il-papa tiegħek, għalkemm inti ġejt emozjonata ħafna, inħoss li xorta isek ħassejt l-emozzjoni, però tibqa strong ħafna, tibqa imma ġrat, u issa rrid nimxi l-qudiem, u issa hekk, u jiena lija hemmhekk dik l-attitudni, dik il-sforz nara, sforz tal-uġieħ kollu li inti għaddejt minnu internament għal daw is-snin kollha, qabel ma bdejt it-terapija tiegħek, qabel ma skoprejt Mini Carli, qabel ma sibt lilek innifsek, it-turbulenza li inti għaddejt minna minn mindu kważi kont 5 snin sa meta sibt lilek innifsek u anki meta bdejt l-operazzjonijiet u meta bdejt tagħmel inti għalik jekk għalija l-ħajja kienet hekk u hekk inti għalik il-ħajja kienet dejjem hekk. Dejjem.
Yes, imma kif għatlek, irrid niftakar li kien hemm ħadd jekk tiegħi kienet hekk, kien hemm ħadd ieħor li kienet hekk. Allura nibda ngħid it's bad, but it's not as bad. So be grateful. U naħseb through therapy, one important thing li nixtieq naqsam miegħek hu li jien ma naqażilx li nitwielet, ma niżilx li twieled hekk, ma żilx li nitwielet, ġifieri f'til-ħajja jien għandi kull dritt li neżisti kif għandek int, kif għandu kulħadd. Ġifieri, that is what I'm going to do. Minix qed ngħidlek tini affarijiet jew treat me in a better way because I'm different, but do not try to diminish or take away any of my rights. Because I have rights just like everyone else, and your opinion on me is not going to be taking those away. Ġifieri, I have to be strong. Għax tanta u min li ma jaqbilx
u lest biex ikissrek.
Eżatt, li I won't.
Jekk inti m'intix lesta, eżatt.
Jekk jiena għandi drittijiet kif għandek int, then m'intix ħadoħodhom li, m'għandekx ċans. I'm not asking for special treatment, I'm just asking for what's rightfully mine. That's it. Ja
nixti li minna il-podcast min qed jisimgħu minn forsi ma jaqbilx in ġenerali, minħabba trobbija, minħabba reliġjon, minħabba ċertu belief system tiegħu, jiena nixti li llum bħal f'podcasts li kelli qabel jaraw il-persuna. Il-persuna. Mhux transgender. Carly mhix transgender, Carly hija persuna. Full stop. Li għanda l-istorja tagħha, li għanda l-familja tagħha, li għanda l-uġieħ tagħha, l-ambizzjonijiet tagħha, ix-xewqat tagħha. Mela għalfejn ħan niġġudikaw. U jiena anke jekk persuna waħda tbiddel fehmta wara dan il-podcast jiena nkun kuntentax. Jiena jekk persuna mhux qed iweġġani, erilu jagħmel dak li kuntent jagħmel.
Mhux hekk.
Erħila tkun dak li trid.
minti xed misni lili, minti xed iddejjaqni.
Jem nixtieq kulħadd kellu hekk l-opinjoni tiegħek.
One person at a time.
Eżatt.
That's all you need.
Here's hoping.
One
Here's
person
hoping.
at a time. Naf li tkellimna fuq Miss Universe, ma nerġa' morru lura l-Miss Universe. Top 5, erbaħt Miss Personality. U ovvjament, Miss Confidence.
Confidently beautiful. And I think that's naħseb dik l-award li vera. Because looking back at
Full circle,
5-year-old, 6-year-old me telling me that you're winning the confidently beautiful award, I'd be like, are you crazy? Me, confidently beautiful? Oh, Alec, I think that was a very heartwarming moment. Għax again, kif għattint, full circle moment, ġifiri, from nothing to this, to 100%, we are not 100%, of kif I have my days fej I'm a bit shaky or I'm feeling a bit off.
Ma mux kull
Imma, eżatt, imma kif għattajtint, unapologetic, be it work, be it home, be it friends, be it whatever, what you see is what you get. Ħanajdilek, jek man tanċan di konfidenza miegħek, I will try to sugarcoat it, imma ħanajdilek. Taf kif? Dik u nasab laqasna fik kux miegħek konna niddiskutu where you pick your battles. Jek taf li taf kif, it's not gonna go anywhere. If you're better off speaking to this world than to someone, pick your battles. Taf kif? So Miss Universe, I was very happy. L-ewwel pageant li qatt ħadsem fih. I never thought of myself as a pageant girl and I still don't, to be honest. Imma kienet
Iktar kienet sfida mija kien nifsek xi ħaġa li tajta, okay, I'm gonna tick that box.
It's true. Ovvjament, the 3 weeks in Thailand to represent Malta was, I think, the holy grail for me. Taf kif, għax ovvjament għandek the travel, you get to stay in, you know, these nice fancy resorts, you've got tours, you're with other like-minded individuals, international opportunities, ġifiri. There was a lot. Ġifiri nasab dik liktar li tispjaċini, imma jekk ħan itħollila, mbat ħana mela so. That's the type of person. I'd rather not do it, but if I'm doing it, I'm giving it my all. So fourth place, no complaints. Looking back, ovvjament għax titgħallem mill-esperjenza, so ngħid kont nagħmelek differenti, kont inwieġebek differenti, ġifieri. If it happen again, I would tackle it differently. But overall, yes, I'm happy that it's a new experience in life. I met some amazing, amazing girls li...
Kif kienet il...
Wis inħobbhom. As in, for television or you see like this fashion or daw il-pageants you see backstage you can know dal bitchiness and whatever. Again, I don't know if it's my lucky star, my shining lucky star, ma Fashion Week l-istess backstage I was met with such love or just kulħadd tkompli su xejn mhux xejn, just you know you're one of the girls. I was one of the girls straight away. Oh, the pageant l-istess, tipo, għatanna l-group chat għadna sal-lum, tipo, meta nintaqa, meta morru barbecue, għaw telaw daw ritratti. Taf kif? So, it's, jek xej, jek maħġ il-koruna, Parteġiġ Awards, għallin I got to meet 15, ftit minnhom konna fa' qabel. 15, you know, incredible women who I now call friends.
Jista' jkun li għaw minnet jisma dal-podcast li għaddej forsi minn tranzizjoni jew konfużjoni u ma jafx jew ma tafx xi trid tħossa differenti, forsi għaw min huwa qed jismana li huma ġenituri ta' tfal tagħhom li jaraw li forsi għaddejjin minn ċertu affarijiet li ma jistgħux jispjegaw. Naf li it sounds a bit cliché, pero naf li tejn. Xtajdilhom? What do you tell them? Xtajdilhom? X'għandhom jagħmlu, x'm'għandhom x'jagħmlu?
Illum il-ġurnata il-ħajja nbidlet kif għatlek. Like in my day l-edukazzjoni wasn't what it is today.
Ma kenniex ChatGPT?
Nope, we didn't. So, l-lum il-ġurnata l-affarijiet inbidlu anke bħala liġijiet, bħala classes that can be taken in school. You can opt out of religion, if I'm not mistaken, as long as it's not a church school. Ġifieri, jiena f'dal każ u ġieli it happened fejn nies they reach out, ġenituri speċjalment, I always refer them to Rainbow Support Services. I'm not a psychologist. I can tell you my story and how I dealt with it, but l-lum il-ġurnata nħossni iktar komda ngħidlek isma' kellem il-dawn in-nies għandi kuntatt ġifier min irid jista' jibgħatli and I can provide them with the contact number. But it's Rainbow Support Services and these are professionals who are equipped to deal with this type of situation to see if there's any underlying trauma, underlying issues. Ġifieri, again, kif qed ngħid, I can tell you my story and if it serves as an inspiration or hope, well and good. But that's as far as I can get. Mistax ngħidlek għamellek hekk u hekk għax illum il-ġurnata tant inbidlu l-affarijiet li qas inħossni komda. So, I would always suggest Rainbow Support Services wherever you're starting, whether it's younger, older.
U naħseb li l-ġenituri dejjem l-iktar ħaġa importanti huwa li kemm importanti li t-tfal tagħkom iħossu u jaraw is-support.
Qed nitkellmu fuq trauma, tista' timmaġina lin-nies li tawk il-ħajja ma jissapportjawx. Għajdli kif dik taffettwalek bija ta' ħajtek.
Abandonment issues.
Oh, can you imagine if you don't afford to go to therapy? Or you don't want to go to therapy, or you don't find a therapist that you feel comfortable with. Can you imagine going through life knowing that your parents are not supporting you?
Naħseb dik hija waħda mill-iktar affarijiet importanti.
Horrible. Allura that's why I have to say hemm nies li kellhom ħajja ħafna minn tiegħi, so I should not complain. It's very easy to complain and stay in bed and cry about everything that's going wrong. But it's nicer to go out and at the end of the day get into bed and say, you know what, today I achieved walking in a fashion show. Għax għadna għaddejn bil-fashion shows. Something simple.
Carly.
Melanie.
Li kieku kellek tajt xi ħaġa to that nerd.
Younger self.
Little boy.
I did this in therapy.
Xtajdlu?
I first need to thank him for going through what he went through, because that's another issue. As I grew older, that person I just killed off. Ma
eżistix,
eżatt. So I think it's very important and healing for me to acknowledge that person and thank that person for what they had to go through. I say that person, I'm not disassociating, it's the inner child. You're talking to your inner child. So I have to say thank you. I'm very appreciative for what you went through. It was not easy, I am 100% sure. But I literally owe my life to you because I wouldn't be where I am today if you had not gone through what you went through. Oh, ħanini, kemm ħelwa.
Għax nibda jiena ta' jisni bella. Inħoss ħafna. I can't help it.
Yes.
Inħoss ħafna. U meta tibda sejrek, nibda nimmaġinani dak it-tifel.
How sweet.
U minni jaf il-konfużjoni, but ovvjament iktar meta sirt omm, mbagħad nibda nimmaġina t-tifel tiegħi.
Iktar, eżatt.
U nibda nimmaġina, nibda ngħid il-konfużjoni li inti ħassejt. Jiġifieri jiena insaqsihom lin-nies tad-dar tiġġudikawx taf kemm il-weġġa. Meta nisma' n-nies jiġġudikaw, jiena dik l-iktar ħaġa li tweġġani f'qalbi li kieku aħna nitalmu ma niġġudikawx. U l-persuni narawhom ta' persuna bid-battijiet tagħhom.
Eżatt.
Cliché, but the world would be a better place.
For sure. And I think the biggest problem, because you mentioned it, you were a mother, it's what we instill in the children. Because racism, homophobia, transphobia, you're not born with it. Anzi, pjuttost I find li it-tfal, they're drawn to me for some reason. So, I mean, ħalli għalija, like, naqqa level taħħom, nspiċċa mal-art, nilab maħħom, whatever. But everything, it's always passed down from generation to generation. Għax jekk inti ħadd tisma' l-om ukun missierek jgħidu kontra s-suwed, per eżempju. Waqt li tisajru. Ovvjament, these are things you are picking up on unwillingly, sort of thing. Ġifieri, be careful what you say around the children and allow your child to make up their own mind in relation to whatever it is. Da għaxom mommok ma kellix grazzja ma xaħat ta' kulur. Tipo, how is it like going down into generations? U l-Maltin fortunatament Għanna narqazzizmu, ma that's a different podcast with a different guest, I guess.
Ajma, wasanna fit-tmim, tafu, għadda l-ħin.
Madonna, 5 minutes jilna.
Għadda ħafna. Jaddi malajr, jina xinajdlek, grazzi ħafna, jina
Thank you,
ċerta that your journey baqanna ħafna x'nisimgħu fuq Carly.
Here's hoping.
Yes, jina
Here's hoping. Thank you very much. I hope one, like you said, just one person hearing this maybe opens up their mind just a little.
Just a bit.
You know?
U taċċettaw il-persuna.
That. And question your beliefs. That's what I would say. Question, why do I feel like this? Why does it bother me? As at the end of the day, again, through therapy, it's something that's bothering you. So you're reflecting it onto me, but something is actually the matter with you. So I think rather than using up that energy to hate on me, you should use that energy to work on yourself.
Nifsek u għajt għalfejn jiena nħossni jekk.
Eżatt.
Għalfejn dik il-persuna d-dejjaqni.
Eżatt.
Mela jiena li kandi. Fwiha, United Colors of Benetton, grazzi lil Taxbix Perfumery u
They were one of my sponsors for Miss Universe. Thank you, Taxbix Perfumery.
tara hija. U għawek għandi massage. Grazzi lil Majewka Spas. Tajjeb, tħoppu naħseb.
Message, għatma najt le għal-message. Kikun istammur kull jum. So, thank you. I really appreciate it and well done. Well done for everything you're doing.
And a big well done to you too.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Qabel ma nagħlaq nixtieq nirringrazzja lill sponsors personali tiegħi il-Hair by Allison, lil Gabi Vella għal makeup, lil Morgan għal ħwejjeġ u Luxonas Asset.
Għadkom kif segwejtu Kellymni, il-podcast ta' Gwida li jumiġjub lilkom minn Burger King, Dacia Malta, Majewka Spas, Valletta Glass, We Are Water, Positive Parenting Malta,